You win.
Tell me you play on 7 footers normally. I'll tell me you play. Oh, I'm still thawing out.
Any predictions? You guys familiar with how each one of them play?
Well, Sophia plays pretty good. I've never honestly seen Christine play. I've seen her around, like I've been to a couple of the, events, women's events and stuff, and like I think I've seen her at Lincoln City or something, but I've never got to really watch her play. So she's unknown to me.
Yeah.
Similar situation for me.
Well, then we're all going to learn because it's a similar situation for me as well. Augie says 7-5 Sophia.
So what are their Fargos anyway? What is Sophia like? Do you know? What
Honestly,
the
I
Fargos
don't
are?
know. I left my phone in my truck, so I couldn't even look it up.
I can look at it.
I want to say she's like a 489, 498, something like that. Just barely under 500, I believe.
So how many viewers do we have? Does it say?
Right now, we still have 68. As soon as your guys' match was over, a lot of people left.
Yeah.
You guys drew quite a crowd. We had double the viewers of normal by having you guys headline the show. So
That's good. That's
we
good.
definitely appreciate you guys coming across the water.
Oh yeah, I'd say it was a disaster for me trying to get here. Like, I drove. I live on Camano Island,
Yeah, that's
so it's
what I
deep
hear.
for me. I drove to Edmonds Ferry. I got there. It was going to be almost a 2-hour wait. I'm like, oh crap, I'm going to turn around and just drive. So then I drove all the way through Tacoma,
Oh,
and over the
man.
bridge, and
Yeah.
over 3 hours of driving time to get here. But
Well, it was worth it.
yeah, well, I mean,
They rolled in your favor tonight. Can't be mad at that.
So Christine is a 479, and Sophia is a 450.
Okay.
really, oh, okay.
So Fargo says Christine
is the favorite.
is the
It's
favorite.
actually a similar spread to me and you.
Oh yeah, like 25, 30 points or.
Yep.
That was a good shot. She just used the rail first off the ball to make it. Hit it pretty confidently. Well, look at this. She just
Wow.
long rails banks.
She's
only a what? A
I
470,
came to play.
480?
I came to play, she said.
I think I needed to be aggressive like that instead of trying to play safe.
Yeah, sometimes I know I like to, especially when things, I feel like I need to kind of just shoot my way into stroke. Kind of, like I started off like rough when we were playing, then I was like, well, just go a little faster, think less, like just go for it,
Yeah, I had said that towards the end of your match. At both times, there was a point where I said, Clay, I think it was a 2-ball he had in the corner. He didn't get, the shape that he had hoped for, but it was still, very makeable. But he had to put a good stroke on it. And I said, you know what, at this point, because Sophia's like, well, what if you play safe here? I said, you know what, at this point, I feel like, and she undercuts it.
Overcut.
Yeah,
overcuts it, sorry.
But
That's
she
the pro
missed it
side.
on, the pro side, exactly. You can't complain about that. That's no gimme. Shoot, for
Yeah, stuck
F
on
and Reyes
stuck
wouldn't
on
like
the
shooting
center
that in his
diamond.
prime.
And a lot of people play that with inside and end up scratching the long way in the corner.
Yeah, if cue
not
ball's off the
control.
rail and you are spinning under it, that is a dangerous scratch shot. But
Yeah.
but now she's kind of forced to just use dead center and just try to cut it. And if she makes it, should just go straight up and down a couple times. There's no really way to play safe. You almost have to just go for it.
I think the only play for safety is a double kiss, but that's super hard.
Oh, no wiggle there.
I think you almost could have just double kissed it soft to just force a tough shot for them.
Dan Lewis showed me that one time. It was like when the cue ball was like in the center diamond on the long rail, and the cue ball was way straight down, and he's like, he shoots it like it was nothing. I've tried that shot so many times, and I can never.
What are you trying to do?
The double kiss, come back. I can never hit it right. I don't know. Like he did it on the first try. He was showing me. This is like I was in my 20s, late 20s probably, and he just like, no, just go like this, and like, it's like, fuck, I've been trying to do that for years, and I don't think I've ever honestly tried that in a match. I've tried it at practice, and I never can hit it, so I'm like, I don't even go for it.
So that kind of shot, it all depends on what type of skill player you're playing sometimes too.
Yeah,
'Cause,
what you can get away with,
yeah.
and what's the score, the match, all that stuff's got to come into play. All right, Christine takes 1-0 lead.
When you break or? No. Okay.
Scott Aquan asked, what tips do you guys use?
I use a Zan. I've been using a Zan Premium Soft, which a lot of people say they don't like soft tips, but these kind of harden up a little bit. But I discovered them. I mean, Paul Allers puts on my tips, and if you ever want good tips for a great price, I mean, he does a professional job. He's at Players in Everett every other Saturday for the tournament.
I'll be there in the morning.
Yeah, right. I think he's going to be. I can't remember. I was out of town last weekend, so I think he's going to be there tomorrow. But anyway, the Zan ZAN, they're great quality tips. I love them.
Todd Speakman agrees with you. Clay, do you have a preference?
I use a G2 medium for my playing cue. I've been using it for the last couple of years.
I tried those once, and I kept hearing really good things about it. Dave Jones put one on for me, like probably 5-6 years ago, and like I kept hearing, because I was going through a little phase where I was trying new tips, and but man, I put it on. I honestly didn't. It was 3-4 days. I cut it off. I probably didn't give it enough time, but I just didn't like it. I don't know what it was, but I just didn't feel right for me. But I probably didn't give it enough time to really, let it, get used to it. Then about 2 years ago, I was trying a whole bunch of new tips. I couldn't figure out which tips I was using. The oh my god, I'm trying to brain fart here. What the heck was I using? Really popular tip, not the Maury's, but after. Oh my god, I'll think of it in a minute. Moving on.
It seems like you're more open for a change than I am. I've had 2 cues in my whole life. Playing cues.
Oh, really? Wow. I can't even count how many
Yeah,
I've had over the years.
I agree with that philosophy, Clay. I played with a Mucci for a long time, and I just recently got a custom cue, probably about 2.5, maybe 3 months ago, and it's almost like learning over again. But if I pick up my Mucci, it's like my extended right arm. It's like everything just comes back natural. I play speed well, English well.
Nice little kick safe, and just kind of hit it and get a rail, and that's about all she could do there.
Awesome commentary, guys. Thank you, Aaron Moss. I just got your raffle tickets. Thank you so much for everyone that is supporting the stream.
Looks like she's going to try to roll it forward and kind of just play safe behind the 9, or well, she kind of went for a really hard shot, but left her.
This looks like a pretty
tough.
good save right here.
Yeah.
Shoot the 3 would stop, pin her behind the 6.
Yeah, you can either do that or just roll forward a little bit. Try to stick her a little bit more difficult, but depending on how you want to do it.
Because you want the cue ball further. If you just slow roll a 3, like that's a good shot there, because a lot of people would just barely put the 3 behind the 6, and it's kind of an easy kick and hit. So distance, you want to create that distance for to make the shot a lot harder.
See, and this is what's great about having you guys help commentate. We get to learn stuff.
I've only done it a couple times in my life. I did it last week down in Vegas, and at the Swanee Memorial Tournament. It was kind of fun. Actually, I did like 3 matches, and it was kind of the guy I met, Daniel Krupinski. He's doing streams now for the big tournaments, and he's kind of newer to it, and he's under like a 500 Fargo, but he's got a lot of knowledge. I was surprised. Like, he was kind of guessing a lot of times, but I'd give him a few things what I would do, and he's like, oh, I didn't think of that. And
Yeah.
But he's got a lot of knowledge for under a 500 player, but you got to kind of have to when you're streaming those big professional tournaments a lot,
So she's going to try to break up the 5 ball on this shot.
Ooh, didn't
get
quite
enough.
put enough draw on there.
I didn't have to do all that.
How do you hit this one, James? You hit it hard? or-
If
or
she's
she
got
can
an
see it?
edge, I might, just barely clip it and try to hide behind the 9 ball. That's what I think I'd be trying. I don't know how much, if she can see the 4 enough. Yeah, she did see it, which
Well,
that'll work. But
Ties him up.
It's like a one pocket safety right there.
yeah, if she could have hit just a little thinner and go like 2 rails and kind of duck behind a 9 ball, would be ideal. It wouldn't easy at all, but you know.
So what about here? Now you just thin the 4 and roll up.
This
above,
one I would
above
thin
the
off
7.
I would thin off the left hand side.
I don't
Oh,
think she hit that.
goodness.
Yeah, okay. I don't know what she was trying to do. I think she was just trying to hit it and maybe, I don't know, trying to get lucky and make the 8 or something.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that you made a comment about, you know, higher skill level. You got to, your commentary game, you got to have some knowledge. And I don't know if you guys have ever watched the stream before, but I'm usually cracking jokes and you know, messing around, more comical. But tonight, I kind of reined that back and tried to commentate the game a lot more and what, you know,
Yeah, a lot of people.
what shape
some
and
people get
what English you guys were going to play. And
Yeah, some people get sidetracked, tell a lot of stories, and then they're not really commentating on the match. But
yeah,
one of the funniest guys I've ever really got to hear is Darren Walding from Oregon. Man, he's got some stories. He's funny on the you know, people love to just listen to him. Like I love to listen to him.
yeah.
He's got a lot of one liners.
Yeah, he does. He's got jokes for sure.
I'm not familiar with him.
No, it's okay.
Commentated my
I know
match a
better.
couple times in Lincoln City at BCA regionals, and got to watch it back. And I was just barely watching my match. I was just listening to him. I was having fun. Just
Yeah, that's cool.
But
This one she just needs to roll forward, try to get straight into the 6. Oh, she's got the combo.
oh, she did it good. Yeah, I think that's just off the rail, just enough to put it in the side. Now she's going to have to get underneath the 6 to shoot it all the way down the long way.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, she got a little funny.
I thought that was. Yeah, I know.
Just needed to kind of either draw it or kind of spin down.
Yeah,
like
that's
2
what
rails,
that's
like
what I thought.
2
Just-
rails underneath it to try to shoot the 6 a long way. But she left her tough. She goes for the long rail bank. Got close.
This is a tough shot. That's a lot of distance.
That's
Yeah,
a tuster, ain't
just
it?
making the 4 alone is hard enough, and then trying to make the 6 after that. you
Yeah.
know, I wouldn't like that. I'd be scared and ducking here. Wow.
Great shot.
Oh, wow.
Shooting good. Fired it in. She's
Tough.
got a bank back.
Oh yeah, I think
Maybe.
I think that might go.
And just put a little touch of right to kind of miss the 7 and cut it back. I don't know. It's hard to tell from just sitting on the.
Looks like an
Yeah,
almost
screen.
double kiss.
It's tough out here. That double kiss is close for sure.
Yeah, that's where you kind of just curve it just
Mhm.
a little bit to get the cue out of the way. Well, she might be going right at it. That's hard to
Yeah,
say.
she's going inside.
Oh, she did.
Oh.
You couldn't have missed that by any less without it going. I mean, hit it good. But got a little fortunate on the leave there. I don't know if these gals like to jump, but
No, Sophia definitely does.
Yeah,
does she?
Sophia does not mind jumping.
I haven't seen her play in a long time. We don't get to. We live on opposite ends.
Oh, that was a good
the
shot.
area. Oh yeah, this girl.
That's
I'm
great.
impressed. She's making some good shots already.
Fairly simple kick, possible kick in the side, but definitely got separation.
Now this one, I think I like. If I was shooting this, it doesn't look like you can bank it, so I'd probably try to put the 6 all the way down on the bottom middle diamond, and then, don't worry about the cue ball. Just put the 6, cut it like almost like you're trying to cut it into the side pocket,
Mhm.
and then but have it go, right around the middle diamond, anywhere down there really in between those diamonds, and should be safe. Oh,
Or
so she
just
could see
or
it.
just fire it in.
Oh, I didn't think she had that much on
Yeah.
the 6. Got a bad roll there.
She might be going airborne.
She's definitely time to prove that she can jump. There's Sophie. Here she goes.
The Reebok pumps.
Oh man, I used to have a couple pairs of those. Used to love those when I was playing basketball.
Littman wants to know if you guys, either one of you, are going to Vegas next month.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm going like 3 months in a row. I just got back last week, and then I'm going. I think let's see, March, April, May, or let's see. I can't remember what tournament is next week. There's Rum Runners is coming up.
Makes a
Is
good
that-
hit.
Littman, Michael, what tournament are you talking
He's
about?
referring to like BCAs and the Predator.
Was that next
tournament.
month already?
Yeah, it's late
Oh, yeah.
March.
Yeah, I'll be there for that for sure. I've already signed up for those.
You're in the Predator.
I need to sign up.
Whew.
I'm gonna probably do what that guy Daniel does.
It looked like she wasn't happy making the 7.
Yeah, I
And
don't
I
think
think
she
she was
was,
strictly
but-
playing safe, and that was a clutch shot, though.
I need to sign up for that
Getting stuck behind that
the
9.
Predator one.
Yeah, you're lucky because they got full and then they
Oh, they
extended
extended.
it.
I saw that today. Yeah,
Yep.
so I definitely then I need to hurry up and sign up. I'm gonna do what that guy Daniel that I played, Daniel Schneider, beats me in the regular BCA, and then he's ran over to the. He beats me, and then he forfeit. I lose Hill. I think I broke dry Hill, and he runs out. He beats me. Then he forfeits it so he can go play the pro tournament.
Oh, goodness.
It's like, come on.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to have to do that this year. I normally like to go down there, and I'm still bummed I got in the finals a couple of years ago and lost in the 8-ball to Shane Morrow in the finals. And so I've been trying to, but last year didn't go well at all. I got in the money both tournaments, but not near what I was hoping for. But I think I would definitely want to. I'm more comfortable now playing on 9s. It used to be 7s were like the table that I was playing the best at, but
Yeah.
the last couple of years, now that I've had a 9-foot diamond at home, I definitely feel way more comfortable on a 9 now. There's so much more room to do
I'll
what
share.
you
Yeah,
need
you
to
let
do.
your stroke out.
Yeah.
So I played in the Arizona and the Predator tournament, and we played in Ohio last year.
Yeah, me,
The-
Clay and I went to Ohio, and
So they changed the next generation of table. So now it's a 1-piece slate instead of a 3-piece.
oh really?
And
Oh, that's good.
So the pockets are also tighter. But
Weren't they 4 1/4 last time, or were they 4 1/2? I can't
I
remember.
think they were 4.5, and then they went down to 4 1/4.
I like the Predator table. The one thing I didn't like is when I'm leaning up next to the long, like the long rail, the long side of the table. I like to put my knee underneath the table and brace yourself. But the Predator tables are like twice as long as the diamond. They call it the curtains. I think they call it
Yeah,
the curtain
yeah.
side
Or the skirt,
and
yeah.
skirt. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I couldn't get my knee under there. So man, being a tall guy, it was a pain in the butt for me. Like I couldn't brace myself, so my stance was a little funny. But
People
tables-
are probably really thinking that's a really odd reason. I don't like the table.
Of all
I've
the
been-
things.
I just had a couple people laughing at me in Vegas last week, like Oscar Dominguez or one of the commentators. It was Daniel. He was
Oh, tough miss.
anyway. He was like, "Oh, he sure got a funny stance," but being 6'7", it's a pain in the butt, sure. But as long as your stance really, I don't believe what it really matters. As long as if you're comfortable and you're solid, like
yeah.
you could stand any which way. Because I play in. Even my table at home, I got one railing in the side, so I have to stand funny a lot of times on one side of the table. It's just a tiny bit, For a normal sized guy, it probably wouldn't be a big deal, but
Hard to get them feet spread out, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah, all the bars I go to, I'm my ass
Sitting on another table, and yeah.
Little smaller guys have problems, and it's like, how do you think I feel?
Yeah, I'm 5'8", and when I walked in, I made a comment earlier. When I walked in, you had your hands flat on the ceiling, and I walked in like,
yeah, it's funny.
what?
I was
This
trying to
tree-built
stretch- I was
guy.
trying to crack my back, like I do that a lot. Like I broke my back 5 years ago, so I'm like,
Ugh.
I have to constantly stretch and
Yeah.
do that, or I get jammed up.
Ooh.
Came off there kind of
I
weird.
think she double kissed a little bit. I think she was trying to actually bank it long rail up in the corner, but just kind of a little too straight and double kissed it. Oh, see, Michael replied, Rum Runners, Lippman Lights, BCA Worlds, Yeah, open 10 ball, 8 ball, one pocket, and bank. Yeah, I'm going to all 4 of those U.S. Opens at Griff's for sure. Yeah, that's they don't get very many players in that. Like I went to it a couple years ago. Well, I just went to the 8 ball and the 10 ball, and they only had like 40 players in each tournament. Like you go to the 9 ball at the U.S. Open 9 ball, there's 256 players. And that's full field early, but for some reason, I know they don't add as much money at Griff's, but it's still a big. Every single player in there was pretty much. I played Scott Woodward my first match, and it was 5-5, and I ended up losing 9-5. But it's like, yeah, there's no softies in those, but you know, like I said, I want, you know, we got to. Everybody needs to keep playing players that are better than them so they can learn. So.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you knew, but last year I think it was the U.S. Open 8 ball, 10 ball matchroom put in a disclaimer if you played in it, you could not play in the U.S. Open.
Oh, I think I vaguely remember that. So, okay, so if I play, you're saying if I play in this year, then I can't go to the U.S. Open?
Potentially, I know there was a disclaimer on there. Their matchroom was trying to block it.
No,
That's
because they don't-
weird. I mean,
yeah, it's
just
That's-
because it's not
that's
their
just some
part of
politic
their
crap.
you know.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
unfortunate.
well, I think I'll still go to Vegas and play those because since they moved the U.S. Open to Jersey was a pain in the butt. You had to fly into Philly, take an hour cab ride. It was a $200 cab ride each
Oh,
way.
man.
You know, 60-something miles from Philly to, because you can't fly directly into Atlantic City unless you change planes. Like I live in Washington State, right? So we all do, but they wanted me to fly into Florida and get on a little tiny plane just to get into Atlantic. I'm like, screw that, you know. So I'll just fly into Philly. It's an hour ride, but it's a pain in the butt to get there. It's a very cool event. The place was awesome, but and I would honestly rather play in it because it's such a big field, and if you can get a decent draw, you can still, you know, go a few little ways before you run into the superstars. But I do want to play them, but I'd rather play them.
Yeah, you don't want to play. Yeah, you don't want to play them right in the gate.
Yeah, right.
And take the chance of
Yeah.
going 2 and out.
So what's your thoughts of matchroom making you stay at the actual hotel?
Yeah, I know that was pretty spendy once again, and oh my God, and checking into that place was just everybody was so pissed. The line was like, basically you're supposed to just show up, get your card out of the little kiosk, and go because I already pre-checked in, and there was the longest line. I mean, there was a fight actually. There was a fight in last U.S. Open because people were so mad. I think somebody cut, and there was a big scrap right in the line. It was fun. Oh, she was online.
She had a straight stroke.
Yeah.
She kind of jumped. You know, as you're standing up, jumping up is the worst habit you can. But I mean, like, when you're raising your backhand, which forces the front of your cue to go down and hit it low on the cue ball, is kind of why she popped that. But she hit it right in line. She made the ball.
Got to keep that pendulum.
You know. I don't know if anybody out there remembers Jumpin' Gene. He died, rest in peace, 10, 15 years ago. Can't remember how long it's been, but he's the only guy I would say it's okay to jump up in the world.
Yeah.
They called him Jumpin' Gene. The guy there wasn't Fargo way back then, but he had to be at least a solid 650 player, real good player. But that guy could seriously shoot well while jumping up.
That was a great shot
massively.
right there.
Great stroke.
Let's see, I think I missed a couple comments. Is that a touchscreen? You just scroll.
No,
Let's
you
see.
scroll right here.
As a 450 player, that was a really strong shot.
I
Drawing back
missed
for the
it,
side
too.
pocket.
What did she do? I missed it.
She was pretty straight in, and so instead of just stopping in there, she drew it back for the side to make it a little bit easier shot.
Michael Littman, I like your comment there. Sorry to get political, but blank matchroom. Yeah, that's funny. And he said good points, Clay.
It seems like a lot of people are afraid of saying anything bad about matchroom just because they put so much money into the game, and they're doing a lot of great things. But There's a lot of things that they could do a lot better.
You know, it was a joke. Oh my God, the snooker player that they had. What's his name again?
Oh, no.
Judd Trump.
Yeah, Judd Trump.
Lost
Okay,
your
so
focus.
at the U.S. Open, you're not allowed nobody in tournaments allowed us. You get 2 minutes of practice, basically one rack of 9-ball to warm up, right? So Judd gets to go there. He not only did he get every single match he was guaranteed to play on the TV table, he got unlimited practice time any time of the day he wanted, and he also had a 9-foot diamond in his hotel room.
Wow.
And he could practice on the TV table as much as he wanted. Like, some of the pros found this stuff out, and they were livid.
Yeah.
Like, that was just ridiculous.
That's not fair.
That's surprising.
And they gave him, like, 3 super softies in a row. Like, they were
Yeah,
just, like...
everybody was talking about that.
Yeah,
I
they're
didn't
giving
know.
him, like-
I'm sure that was just a random draw, but
Yeah, sure it
even-
was.
yeah.
Sure it was.
They were, like, 500, barely over 500 players.
so
I mean,
many people didn't realize, but he drew Carl Boys in his little pod. So he would have drew Carl Boys like his second or third match, and Carl forfeited out of the tournament.
oh, really?
So
I didn't know that. I didn't
Yeah.
know that. Yeah.
Imagine that. Hey, bro, we'll give you 2,500 if you just go ahead and.
well, I mean,
Go to
Carl
lunch.
Carl's commentating full time pretty much now, but occasionally he comes and plays. And
Oh, wow.
Judd Trump was actually using his cue
Oh,
in
really?
the U.S. Open.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I that wasn't really brought up that Carl Boys was in his little bracket. I think he would have been either his second match or third match, and he forfaited.
Oh, wow.
And that's pretty.
He probably got paid off.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, here's
Oh.
$2,500, bro. Go have lunch.
Yeah.
But,
It's
yeah.
like, sure, thank you. She made a good shot there, but scratching the side. Gave Sophia ball in hand. A nice open table.
Can I add to the Judd Trump?
Oh, yeah.
Jason Shaw was like the pool player that had to step up and play him.
Barbecued him.
Barbecued him.
Yeah.
Barbecue.
Was it 11-1?
Yeah,
Yes.
he got one game.
Yeah.
And the snooker, like, you can gamble at pool in Europe on everything. They had Judd as a favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Matchroom had them all hyped up, and they fell into it.
Jason Shaw was the messiah of that tournament. That's all I'm going to say.
I don't think he'll be back again. But I was standing next to Jeffrey DeLuna while Judd was playing, and Jeffrey is like, I asked Jeffrey what he thought of him, and he's like, man, he was just laughing. He's like, he could get, I can't remember his exact words, but he can get all kinds of weight, and he'd be barbecued. And it's like, I know Jeffrey pretty well, and he's like, man, you would barbecue him too, which. It might be a little tougher for me to barbecue him like Jeffrey, but yeah, I don't know. I wasn't too impressed after watching him play. Let's just say that.
No.
He got a little bit better as the tournament went on, but
Yeah,
his primary game is snooker.
yeah. No, I've never even played snooker, so I can't say anything about snooker. But
I heard that he was regretting not using a snooker cue.
no, really.
Yeah, I
And
did see that also.
I was surprised he actually did that because Mark Gray, when he plays pool and he plays really high level pool,
Yeah.
he's played in and Moscone Cups, and he uses a snooker cue.
I've seen a couple people, yeah. Like, I mean, they still seem to play pretty well. Well, it's like isn't it like a 10 millimeter kind
Yeah,
of
10.
standard or something?
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty big. I think it's
No, it's
9,
10.
Is it?
Really?
Nine and 10.
Yeah.
And the taper gets fat kind of quick too.
Real
Like,
quick.
Yeah.
That's why 90% of the snooker players play with an open bridge. 'Cause
Right.
you don't have to worry about the shaft, enlarging when you follow through.
I see. That makes sense.
So that's why they play a lot of it.
You
I play snooker and I don't play horrible. I'm not like world class or nothing, but it's a good game and I think there's some aspects to that game that help you in other facets of billiards.
I think it would certainly help. I mean, I would like to. I went to go to the Ox right after it opened or something. I was going to go there, and they're like, "Oh, you need to have a fax card." And screw, I'm not getting fax to go to anywhere.
Yeah,
So,
Michael
so I've
and
never been there yet. But
Michael and Christian are really good dudes, and I love their establishment. It's actually an old boxing gym right
yeah?
on the corner of Pike and Broadway, and it's kind of like an underground. It's got this door. It's got a sticker on it, like 1 inch by 3 inches, and it says Ox Billiards, and that's it.
Oh, okay.
They've actually upgraded it recently just by a 3x3 sign,
Oh, okay.
but it's very minimalized.
Yeah.
And
But
it's
then you go
interesting
down
'cause
there
you-
and it's
yeah.
just like, I mean, they got 9-foot racens, and they got I think they have 5 6x12s now.
They have 4 6x12s. They have a Chinese 8-foot
That's
table
what it
now.
is. Okay, that's what it is. Yeah,
And
it's been about 3 months. Same thing. I'm for my own reasons. I'm not getting vaccinated, and if that means that I can't play there, then I apologize. But
Yeah.
I still support them. They're great. They're great guys, and what they're doing for pool is cool. And like Michael Littman just said, Daniel Sardencio is starting to play snooker, and actually posted 2 weeks ago. He just ran a century, and
Yeah,
he's
that
been
kid-
playing. And he's been playing snooker for like 2 weeks.
That kid I'm impressed a lot with him. I mean, he's the future. He's got a real
Yeah.
shot at being a serious pro in not too long, really. I was just with him in Derby City, and he had Thorsten Holman down 8-4, and he said he got a little nervous. He started realizing, shoot, I could be beating this world champion, and Thorsten barbecued me in Ohio just a month or two before that, but Daniel's playing seriously well, and
Oh, beautiful.
that was a
Great
great shot, Sophia.
Oh.
A little love
Little
tap.
love.
Yeah. But, yeah, Daniel's got a real future, man. They just turned 21 years
Well, that's
old.
the only thing that, if you can say hindering, that's the only thing that's been hindering him from being able to travel and play world champions
Yeah, what's his age?
is his age. I mean, I
Yeah.
remember when Junior would let him run around on a stool and hit balls. I mean, I remember when Daniel was 7, 8 years old.
Yeah, there's just not that many locations around
Yeah,
the Western Washington area for youngsters to be
For
able
the
to play.
juniors, yeah.
In Texas, like I was just down at Skinny Bob's, and they got the Martinez brothers who are 14 and 15 years old, and they're there all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, the juniors, man, are coming up strong. I'm telling you, like I said, I was just in Vegas at the Swanee, and I had to play a 14-year-old kid to get into the money. I lost to Max Eberly on the winner's side. I had a close match. I lost that 8-6, and then I had to wait a couple hours, and I played this 14-year-old kid named Adrian Prasad, Eastern Indian kid, and man, Oscar Dominguez is kind of like a protege of Oscar's, and
Yeah,
from
he's on
L.A.
the-
area, and
On the Golden State team, or Golden State Billiard Supply team.
okay, yeah.
sponsored
So
by,
Oscar, I heard him say he took him out here and put him in a tournament, and he beat some good players, and he gave me a little run for the money, and I had to play. I beat him 6-3, but the kid could play. If he would have played a couple more safeties, because he went for like almost every bank. Like I would leave him
yeah.
kind of some banks, or he'd get out of line, and he went for some crazy shots. But other than that, he played great. If he had an open table, he was running out on me. I was like, man,
Well, the younger kids have no fear, so they bank.
yeah,
and go
I was
for
praying to
everything.
God, like, please don't let me use this 14-year-old kid. I'm like, I've been playing pool for I don't even know how long. And
Yeah.
triple your lifetime, and if
That-
you beat me, I'm gonna go home and cry myself to sleep.
The junior program actually is going fairly well in the United States.
Yeah,
a
and
lot
you
better
got
than it used to.
quite a few big names really pushing the juniors nowadays.
Yeah, Rahan is doing
I like-
great
yeah,
thing for the
yeah.
for the juniors, man.
For
I love
sure.
Ra, man. He's a great cat, and that's a
Oh,
great
real
bank
on.
by Sophia.
And you got, yeah, I mean, there's quite a few.
Yeah, there are. I mean, there's probably
tell you
juniors
what, I mean-
that I couldn't even beat probably right now. I don't know. I mean, who knows? But
Lazaro Martinez the third and
oh, yeah,
Gabriel
I got to watch him
Martinez
just
are
recently. Yeah,
pretty phenomenal, and they don't win very often on the junior
on the
tournaments. On the junior tournaments,
yeah.
they get beat. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of them out there.
I played an 18-year-old kid from Virginia. Oh my God, what is his name? Nathan. It's Nathan. I forget his name. Dang it, his last name. But he was just in that last big juniors tournament. He didn't do that well, but that kid's going to be a champion already.
Nathan Childress? Is that
Yeah,
right?
that's the one. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I went to this pool hall, and I was getting ready to just play this little. It was in Virginia, where my sister lives, and gonna play this little tournament. And this kid comes up and asks me wanted to play a race to 7 for 50 right before the tournament. We had time for like one set. And I was like, yeah, okay. I'm like, I was just trying to practice and warm up. Wasn't even trying to find a game real quick. And I'm like, all right, this kid's going to donate $50 to me and to kick my ass. Like, I was like, what the hell? Like, and then we played in the tournament. He won the tournament. I got second. I was like, all right, this kid, you know.
Yeah, let me look. Let me
it's starting
Google
to
this
piss me
kid.
off, you know, right? And I hate, you know. I don't want to keep. Sorry, we're probably talking a lot,
Yeah,
but
sorry. Yeah.
not talking about the match. But one other
He's great.
quick thing was I played
good try.
Justin Bergman when he's 19 years old in Vegas. It's back when there was
Monster
only
back then.
2
I mean,
divisions.
he's still world
I
class
didn't know
now,
he was.
but
I did. He won that junior title like a couple 2-3 years in a row, and all of a sudden I'm getting ready to go to my match. It's 7th and 8th on the loser side. There's like 1,200 people in the tournament on the 7-footers, right? And like I get to my table and there's like 200 people around the table already. And we're like, whoa, what's going on? And like, why are they right at my table? I'm like, and I'm standing, so I'm just standing there trying to listen to the crowd, and they're all talking about this Justin. I'm like, oh, this Justin's getting ready to play. I'm like, oh shit, I'm playing Justin. Like, I'm like, oh, I don't even know who. I didn't know who he was at all. And I'm like, this guy is so good. And they're talking him up, and I'm like, man. Like, he's only 19. I'm like, oh, God. I'm like, just don't let me. Like I said, I hate losing to these little young kids.
he
like,
got all kinds of gamble in him, too.
yeah, like I got up 3-1 on him. It's 8-ball, race to 5, 3-1 on him. And I played perfect. I ran every table, either broke dry and I ran out, or I broke and ran out. I couldn't remember how the pattern was, who broke first, whatever. But I'm up 3-1. All of a sudden, the only thing I did wrong was I broke dry twice, and it was over in 10 minutes. He broke and ran 2, and he ran out off of my 2 breaks, and like that's how my first introduction with the young junior champion.
He's a.
Didn't get enough air.
Yeah,
I mean,
Had
obviously
potential
one of
to
the
play
best.
Karam there.
One of the best U.S. players, but it's kind of sad because he's not really playing anymore. So
he's not
Yeah.
playing right now.
no.
I was wondering because I hadn't seen him. I was just wondering about the Moscone Cup and you
Well,
know.
He wasn't allowed to play last year. I think he skipped
He
out
got-
on a couple of matchroom events.
Didn't he get sick or something? I thought they said he got COVID or something right before he was supposed to be on the. That's why I think Earl got on the team or something.
I think that was
No.
the best way to sweep it under the rug. I think
Yeah.
that, like Clay said, they were upset because he didn't want to follow their parameters, and so they said, well,
There was
that's enough
one or
of
two
that.
tournaments that he backed out last minute
Yeah.
Oh, really?
of matchrooms.
God, what else would a guy like that do? I mean, like, you know.
Play one pocket.
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, like, I mean, not
In the
like-
back- in the back
actually
alley.
make steady money and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
have a 401k and health savings.
No, trust me, if I could go back and do it all over again, man, pool's been a waste of my life. I mean, I wish I'm 50-something years old. I don't have retirement. I don't have nothing. I
It's
never
a
made
fun-
any real money.
It's
so
a fun.
Like,
It's a fun hobby, but it's hard to live off of.
yeah, well, as a kid, you think, oh, I want to be a pool player. Like, unless you're a champion by the time you're in your early 20s,
Even
man,
then,
kids stay in school.
Earlier than that, really.
I mean, yeah, you think about
Yeah,
how
yeah.
many quote unquote pros there are, and how many of them do you think are really living off a pool? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
they
that's-
live, but they
You know what I'm saying?
stay in
Yeah.
everyone's houses. When
Yeah,
they're
they're looking for free
Just getting
rooms,
by
or
is
they
not
got
fun.
sponsors to
I've
help
done
them
that
out. You know,
most
stuff
of
like
my
that.
life, and that's a rough life, believe me.
I mean, not everybody's getting the same, Shane
Spence
treatment or
Ladden.
the Orculo treatment.
Michael says Spence Ladden, tons of great and upcoming youngsters. Yeah, absolutely. That's another one. I did get to watch. I did just recently. I've been watching when Raw Hannah posts some of those tournaments. I get to watch. Michael Littman says, James, ask Clay if Boeing is hiring.
we are. Yes,
Yeah, they're always hiring, right?
we got 5 openings this month group. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny, Michael.
yeah, like Moscone Cup, we're going to be out Justin Bergman and Billy Thorpe. So
Oh,
we're either going to have to go old school or go young. Billy Thorpe I think he started a shipping company with his cousin,
Oh really?
and he's not playing at all. He went to Derby City just because it was close, but he hasn't been playing out on that.
Yeah,
and
I know
he's suspended for 2 years. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
for some
that's right.
bullshit.
Sophia just undercut that one, or overcut, I think, just a hair.
oh,
She's shooting. Christine shoot a little too fast, I think, on that one. Now right here, I like to just roll that 6, pass the 8, put it on the bottom rail, and kind of duck behind the 8 ball. Post office hiring Donald Armstrong. That's funny.
oh, there's
Yeah.
definitely jobs out there if you want them.
There's
Oh, I
plenty
know.
of jobs. Everywhere is
I'm
hiring.
lucky. I have a opportunity to play a lot of pool right now. I have a guy behind me that wealthy dude is letting me go to these tournaments, and he's not sweating it. So I'm giving it all I got for the next couple of years, and if I can't get something, you know, I can't, boost my game. I'm slowly getting better. I'm not getting better in leaps and bounds like I want to, but I have a good chance I could be the next Rich Geiler for pool table repair, because my Barry Emerson I grew up with in Texas, he's been telling me for the last couple of years to come down. He's got a booming business in Vegas, Texas. That's a great shot there.
Good shot.
Really
And
strong.
I don't
he's
know
like,
if
come
it came
down
out.
and I'll train you in a couple months, and we'll have you doing pool table repair and setup and all that stuff. So
It's good to have options, especially if you get an older age.
yeah.
I'm always looking for laborers.
I'm too old and too beat up, man. I got broken back and broken wrist, and that motorcycle accident 5 years ago. I don't know if you know about it. I took a doozy riding a wheelie at over 50 miles an hour in shorts and a T-shirt, and ate it hard, and I broke all kinds of stuff. Spent a month in the hospital.
That's
Hadn't
tough.
played pool for nearly 5 years.
Oh.
She took a little swing, but
Oh, look at this. She got it.
yeah, you only can have to jump that. But anyway, yeah, when I was in the hospital, I wasn't playing pool. All of a sudden, I wanted to play pool again. So I'm like, oh, when I get healthy, I want to play. But that's
Were you
kinda
watching pool streams or something when you were in the hospital?
Found the
No, I
drive
just
again.
literally. I mean, I was playing a little
Oh, look
bit.
at this shot.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, wow.
Oh, God. Just couldn't hit that much better
He
than that.
said, I seen it on TV.
What'd you say her
Yeah,
Fargo was?
Yeah, all right. She's kicking and doing everything really well.
Playing lock-up safes and two-rail kicks and
This one you can almost play behind the 7 if you wanted to.
Yeah,
Just
Michael
roll
says,
forward.
do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. I agree with that. But as a kid, I wish I would have done something different, believe me. Like
No, you meet a lot of great people no matter what in the pool world.
yeah. Now, everywhere. I've been traveling a lot in the last year and a half, and I've got almost a new, really good friend in almost every state I've been going to, and getting really good connections and a lot of great,
Right in there.
friendly pool players out there. Especially being the South, man. I love going to the South. There's so many everybody's nice. Even not even pool player. I go to a restaurant or they're just one of the friendliest people ever.
Oh, that was a good shot.
wow.
Yeah.
I was wondering if she's going to go rail first or. Yeah. That was a good
Yeah,
shot.
she's playing pretty strong.
Oh.
Looks
Same-
like
same
it slid off of her
Kinda
tip a little bit.
Shoots a little too fast sometimes. I think just got to slow down and really bear down on each shot. It's those easy ones that we all miss that you think you can't miss and shoot just a little too fast.
This is a very tough shot.
Michael
But-
says, I told you she plays way better than a 475. Yeah, I'm starting to see that.
Yeah, I wonder if she has a Scotch partner yet
Yeah,
for
right.
Lincoln City. I'm already committed, but
Somebody, who was it? It was Trevor Sickendick just asked me to play, but I need to get back to him. My girl, we're supposed to ride down together, my girlfriend, so I can't play with him, but I thought that would have been a good partner.
you don't play Scotch. Come on.
I know I don't. That's the funny thing, but he just texted me a couple days ago when I was in Vegas. I was like, hey, you want to play? I'm like, let me talk to my girl, and then she can't get time off, and if I don't drive down with her, I'm going to be in trouble. So sorry, Trevor.
I like Trevor. I met him out in Everett actually a couple months back. We played a few sets. We go back and forth. We play cribbage too.
Oh, dude.
He's quite a ways behind in cribbage, but we're pretty even in pool.
She looks like she's going in the side.
All the way
Oh,
down.
going corner, huh?
Well, she just overcut it just a hair.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I like where this stops.
Oh, I thought it was going to slow down, but it definitely, now she's got 1, 2, 3, tic-tac-toe all right in front of the hole.
She underrolled it a little bit. So she got a little bit too much angle.
Yeah, I just needed to get up about one more diamond would have been perfect.
I know all about that.
Huh. We all do, that's for sure.
Hey, that worked.
Yeah, that works.
Dead straight.
Yeah, she's playing confidently, that's for sure.
Did your hand ever get in the little dimples for the rack?
Yeah, once or
Yeah,
twice.
that was a good out.
3-2.
It didn't really seem to bother me.
I had
much,
one.
but-
I had one shot on the 9-ball. You missed, and I had to cut it. And my hand was, my finger was right on one.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, oh man, this is kind of weird. You're just not used to having something on the table.
Yeah.
I don't know if everyone knows, but they're using a template that's automatic. It's on the felt or the cloth.
Slug Doctor is
Okay.
what it's called.
It rocks really good. It's just different. The first time I ever saw that was in a Chinese 8-ball tournament
Oh, yeah.
in China.
Man, I want to go to that really bad. I wanted to right before COVID. I got my passport. Never had a passport before. About a month before COVID hit, and I don't think I was going to have it in time to go like that year. But I was hoping because Stan Louis was saying he was going and Stan, and I was like, I want to just go try it. I mean, it sounds just a blast. I wanted to visit the Far East.
I think that's the
anyway.
last place I'd ever want to visit. But
Yeah, nowadays maybe, but I don't know. I've always loved the Far East and culture and stuff. And looks like fun.
I seen Dan on the list for that Moscone format tournament. It starts tomorrow, so
Yep.
it's good to
Oh,
see
he's
him out there.
playing that, really?
Yeah, it's good to see him out there still hitting them.
I heard he went to a players tournament where Clay and I play on Saturdays in Everett.
Yeah, that's where
last weekend
that
or
tournament's
something.
going to be between Soundview and
That's
players.
right. Yeah.
yeah, Denny was there last weekend. Yeah.
Did who ended up winning last weekend? I don't
I-
think Ed used to put that
I think
post on.
Lewis was on the point.
Lewis was,
Danny
okay.
finished third or fourth, and Jeff finished third and fourth. I can't remember where. Jeff Jimenez.
Yeah.
I don't remember who finished second.
Jeffy, I haven't seen Jeff for a long time.
Yeah, he's on the roster too.
Okay.
Yeah, you should come out, Gene. Well, you're gonna come out for the.
Yeah,
I'm sure
I'll
the
be there
weekly.
early and hang out. I'm gonna go see Pat, a good friend of mine. Pat Femling who just died recently.
RIP.
I'm gonna go. Sean Finney and I are gonna go to Pat's house. His parents are kind of going through his stuff and cleaning up, trying to organize stuff. So I got to do that during the afternoon. But I'm gonna get up in the morning early here and drive back and go see them, give them a hand, and then I'll go up to players and hang out. But
Yeah, he was a super nice guy, and I never really got to talk to him that much. Of course, I'm not really outgoing and talking to random people, but
yeah, I know Pat for like. Ooh, there's a great shot with the bridge. Sophia. I've known him since I was probably in my early 20s. We're going back 30 years, and he was a great guy, man. Like he really well liked by everybody. Never caused problems. Always happy-go-lucky type, and yeah, it was a bummer. He's 52 years older than me. 54 years old, man.
Wow.
Like,
Young still, lots of life left.
I know, right?
Sorry to hear that, man. My condolences.
Oh.
oh no,
wiggle, they're
he's not
in.
gonna like this one. I
Can I
think.
do that?
Yeah,
Oh.
just a hair harder.
Hey, if that purple ball was just a 4-ball, she'd be fine.
I know, right? It should be the 4.
If you had the right color, if you had the right ball set, you'd be golden.
I mean, what were they thinking? Changing the colors.
I
Purple.
don't
The
know.
4 ball should be purple. I don't care what kind of balls you have. Like, I know they want to make money and just sell more balls, but
I got the
can't be
super. I got
changing
the.
that stuff.
I
Where,
got the
where's
super
Aramith
bros.
made, or who, I don't know where that is made, but
I'm not even sure.
in the United States
Belgium, I
pool
thought.
scene, ever since we've grown up, for however long, has always been the 4-ball being purple.
Yep.
So it's really hard to adjust. I mean, James and I'm sure James is in the same situation. Even tonight, you're making sure that you're not missing or getting them out of order.
Yeah. Oh, I know, right? Well, I just got this set at my house actually recently, but I've been using the Predator balls. But my buddy just got my roommate got the set, and I didn't really like them at first, but I've been using it for the last week or two, and I still have to slow down when I get anywhere near the 4 and 5, and it's starting to kind of feel normal. But then I played on the 7-foot table next door. There's a 7-foot table, and then it has normal balls. Then I'm going over there with Peter, my good friend Peter Michinov. We came over the other day, and then all of a sudden I'm playing shape a couple times on the wrong ball because I'm used to the.
Yeah, Leo always come out here and tell you the 4 is pink, and pink is a 4-letter word.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
So
it's just weird.
funny story. I mean, James, you didn't play in the Northwest Cup this year, but we were practicing, up until the Cup at Ox where they play this black set, and then for the tournament they played the normal Aramith color set.
Oh,
So-
switched it up.
So we're playing.
last
We're playing teams the first set, and Stephen Weekly goes and shoots the 5 ball first
Did he? Oh no.
Oh, dang
because it looks like the 4 ball
I
on the
think
black set.
I think I remember that.
This is brutal.
Oh, she
no.
just undercut that just a hair, just a little more cut. She'd have made it and got good shape without scratching.
It's hard to tell where that one's in the pocket.
I've been watching, but I'm not paying attention to the score. What is the score of the match?
2-2, I believe.
I think it's 3-2.
3-2.
I think so.
3-2.
They'll show it. It'll be on the screen in a minute.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot of good stuff, but maybe
Sorry, yeah. Sometimes they're not really paying attention to the match, but watching and stuff.
Overstroke that a
Just not
bit.
talking
A
about
little
it.
tester here. 3 to
and
2.
if you
3 to
miss
2
this one, you
Christine.
want to make sure you overcut it.
Yeah,
when
definitely
you-
hit that on the pro side.
That's what they call the pro side for the people that are not familiar.
The way she's lining up, she puts her cue. I like to put my tip of my cue right before the 9 ball instead of she put her tip of her cue in the pocket. But for me, I don't know. I mean, obviously it doesn't work for everybody, but it just helps me see the better. I still line up kind of like when I was first learning how to play. I'll put the tip about a half an inch from the ball, right, line up to center ball, center pocket, and shoot it. But
Oh, what a shot!
shot.
great
Sophia.
shot, Sophia.
Clutch.
3-3
And called
now.
extension while down on her stroke. Unrattled, she said.
Wow.
So we must have had a shot clock error today, and no shot clock.
Yeah,
Or is
so
it
there-
working right now, or
No, so there
Yeah.
wasn't a shot clock for you guys, and the way it's always been here, if you're not familiar, is it's just kind of a friendly reminder to keep the game
Oh,
moving.
okay.
It's not a penalty.
they've been these two have been playing really fast.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember the first
Really
time
good.
I had to use a shot clock it was the U.S. Open, and I was like, man, it was 40 seconds, and only once or twice it came up. But one that really hurt me, kind of, I was on the 9 ball, and I was on a hill like 10 to 9, and I couldn't reach it. I went and got my extension, and realized, oh my God, the extension's not long enough either. I need the bridge, and so all of a sudden that 40, I'd already used my extension once.
The
in
once in a million shot for
yeah.
you that you can't reach.
Yeah,
What?
right. I know, and I had to hurry up and grab the bridge, and then just get up and shoot the 9. It was like the 2 balls were 3-4 inches apart, and it was so far. I left the 9 hanging in the jaws.
Yeah, you had that 8-ball shot down here on the end rail earlier
Oh yeah, I had to
that
get,
you were a little uncomfortable with, and I said it's not very often you see him have to
yeah, I had to
stretch
get, that was the
out
only time
uncomfortably.
I
Yeah.
had to get my extension out for that shot. That was the
Yeah.
only time I think I used it in that match. But yeah, being 6'7", you got built-in stilts. It helps a little bit.
For sure. So many people don't realize the Northwest Cup that was this past year, it had a shot clock. It was the same as Moss County Cup.
The 40
And
seconds, yeah.
30
Oh,
seconds.
30. Oh, that 30 is
It's,
pretty quick.
it's 60 seconds after the break and 30 seconds every shot after that.
Yeah,
It actually comes up really quick, and you don't realize it. Sometimes you just take a while to try to think, and
Yeah.
you think you play faster than that, but you don't. It actually came into play and made it a little more dramatic than
Oh.
probably it
Whiffed
probably
it.
would have been
A lot
without it.
thin. So thin it didn't
Yeah,
even
30's
touch
pretty
it.
fast. I mean that. I mean, like, you literally. I mean, you're 5 or 10 seconds every single time, just almost every shot. And then all of a sudden, if you got a tester, now you got 15 or 20 seconds, and you better pull the trigger. So that's not a lot of time.
You played on the TV table in Ohio, and you were on the shot clock there.
Yeah, but I think that was 40, wasn't it?
No, it's 30. Same
Oh,
with
it was?
Moscone. Yeah.
Oh, okay. 30's pretty
Well,
quick.
I was
think-
just going to add the fact that even with that 30-second shot clock you were talking about, you played really strong in that Northwest Cup.
I struggled a little bit. I played good in the Scotch, but in the singles I struggled a little bit.
Yeah, you were playing with Kimberly. I remember she kept, she was struggling a little bit, which I think eventually it kind of threw you off just a hair. I mean, where you kind of left her a couple harder shots, but I mean, you kept leaving her really good stuff. Normally Kimberly's a great player, and she would normally make that stuff. But I think that's what I don't play a lot of Scotch these days because I've had a lot of bad luck, and it's rough, when you're.
It's tough if you guys don't gel and you don't
Yeah.
have the same ideology. It's not always about playing the exact same pattern. You know what I mean? Some people see it different.
Kimberly-
They still get out, but they see it differently.
Kimberly played great, and we played pretty decent that set. Just a couple of shots that
can't
we
remember.
missed, and
Yeah, I think she scratched or missed a 9-ball once or twice. But I mean, like I said, she'll beat a lot of the guys around the Seattle area. She's a great
for
player.
sure. Yeah.
She plays strong.
she
But
she
everybody
played
has
a
days where
very
you're just not
smart.
playing your best and whatever.
she played a phenomenal first day. I think she played Scotch
Yeah.
with Timmy, and they just rolled. I forget who it was. It was two of their top players,
Oh yeah.
and that was a big win for us.
Mm.
Oh, she kind of jumping up just a hair again. She just rattled that 8-ball there. Just got it to the right side of the corner. I mean, I thought for sure she was going to get out there.
Yeah.
She kind of just, like I said, you just got to really treat those easy shots like they're super hard, like just bear down.
She should just be able to roll this forward, but it looks like I don't know if she's trying
Yeah,
to hit
roll it
hard,
into
or
the rail. I'd come off the rail just a hair and come out.
does
a
she
little
try
bit.
to go the other direction?
Oh, yeah, that's a little hard. Do these guys got money on the line?
I'm not sure.
I know Christine won a spot or something to play.
Yeah,
Sophia?
she got in through the raffle.
Dave Canova says, you almost need to be Machine Gun Lou Batteria at the Moscone Cup format. Just wanted to say hi to James. Best wishes, everybody. Well, thank you, Dave. Nice to hear from you, buddy. Yeah, the Moscone Cup, those are, I kind of miss playing some of these team events and stuff, but they're fun for sure.
It's hard to. It's probably fairly hard for you guys to fit under the cap.
That's part of the problem.
Great shot.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Wow, Christine. She's coming with some shots today.
Whatever, you're not more surprised.
Me and you are just like.
But yeah, it's hard. When we get, Clay and I both have pretty high Fargo, so
Yeah.
all of a sudden, if it's 2 or 3 people, then most teams I think gel a little better when they're, maybe I don't know
Similar
what the
levels.
Fargos are, but say 2 6s or in a 500 or something like that. Like if I'm in a Scotch doubles, and you're almost better off having 2 550s playing with each other than a 700 and a 400 or something like that.
It puts a lot of pressure on the higher player to play good.
Yeah,
and-
exactly.
Yeah, if you don't
If
get
you-
them perfect and every time, and it's just too stressful.
Yeah.
It's just I don't stress out on my own play, but it's when I play team events and I'm stressing for the other guys, they're gonna pull their weight or not.
Yeah,
or,
exactly. It's a team
that
event,
stuff drives me
that's-
crazy. So
you
I
don't
just
wanna be
kind of gave up on them.
one guy on a 3-man squad carrying all the work,
Yeah, because then if you don't play your best, everybody's
Yeah.
expecting you have to play
Yeah,
your best.
exactly.
And then, but
And so, like you were
it's
saying,
tough action
To even out the team, to bring up this tournament again, it's a 4-man 2,300 cap. And so we have a 598, a 565.
2,300.
Yeah. But we're all, comparable, and one guy's
Yeah,
a little bit
that's-
better than us
Yeah, that's really
as
good
far
right
as
there.
Fargo goes. But, yeah, you got a couple of teams where they got, high 300s, mid 400s, and then you got, you know, two really, really good guys. And it's like, what happens when the two lower rated players end up on the same team for Scotch doubles? And then, you know what I mean? I felt like building my team, I tried to keep everybody in the same wheelhouse so
Yeah.
that we kind of have the same ideology, the
I
same
honestly think
stroke.
that's the better way to go, really. I mean, because, you know, like I said, you know, a high player versus a lower player, they just don't think, I mean, anywhere near the same. It's like you might think that I'm leaving them easy and don't realize in your head it's harder for them.
Yeah.
And being my height, I played some Scotch doubles over the years. I used to play with Linda Carter, you know, from she's probably only 5'4" or something. I would think I would shoot a shot and I would leave her something that was supposed to be easy, but oh yeah, she's
She
only
needs a
5'4", she's not a, you know, so that kind of stuff, you know, you really got to think about every little difference, you know, like something that's going to work for her.
Oh, that's a good shot.
Oh yeah, she
Great
hit
shot.
that good there. Smart play.
She had a bunch of balls to hide behind for sure.
Well,
Is it 4-3 now? Are they
Christine's
playing to 5?
playing to
7.
7. Christine's made some good kicks tonight.
I'm not going to probably be able to stay.
She does get
stay
contact
for
on
too
that one.
much
Yeah.
longer.
I like to see that kicked a little bit harder. Kind of a medium speed, but
Yeah, with all that open table down there, you got to try to separate them, huh?
this one, yeah. This one's tough because like, you could play a pretty easy safety, but
Yeah, I mean, if you make the ball, then you're going to be probably underneath where the 3 ball is. You're better off just missing the 2 now or playing safe. I mean, safe now. Oh, banking smart, you know. That way you could have killed it, and it doesn't really hurt you if you miss it. You're not really selling out, so.
this is another natural safety, just going 2 or 3 rails behind the pile, just avoid making the ball.
Yeah, thinning it on the right
Is
side
she?
as opposed to just drilling it in the
Oh yeah,
mouth
just yeah,
with
making it a
shape.
perfect shot.
So at least, yeah.
Great
Didn't
shot.
See that one coming. Yeah. Murakuma.
She's a ball maker, that's for
Let's
sure.
see, where did he go? What was his comment? There we go. Let's see, Murakuma said something about Linda Carter, about Wonder Woman. Yeah, definitely called her Wonder Woman.
Where did it go?
Yeah, it was on there for a second and then disappeared.
I did see that. He said, "You mean Linda Carter like Wonder Woman?"
Yeah, she was a great player, man. She used to Mike Zimmerman, her husband, and he was one of the guys I looked up to a lot when I was coming up. It was him, Mike Zimmerman, and Dan Louie, and Rich Kyler were the 3 monsters in Seattle when I was a kid.
Waterman, probably.
Don Waterman,
Yeah.
like another fantastic player. Died not too long ago, a few years back, and yeah, he was a heck of a player.
Stan's been around for a long time, right, too?
Yeah, I can't forget Stan.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that's a nice
These
Good
girls
shot.
are just banking all over
I
the
know,
place.
right? They're banking in like balls like they're nothing.
Maybe they should have played a
boy, this
short rack bank game.
I'm telling you, this shot on this table is really difficult. Like, you had this shot, James,
Oh
and
yeah,
trying
that-
to
on
double
that
it
one
up.
ball, I tried to force follow it, and it just kind of died behind the 8 ball, like basically. She's got just a little bit of angle though, so she's a little better off than I was. Yeah, but I was pretty straight. And I tried
Oh.
to cheat the pocket and force follow it, and it just died.
Yeah, that shot was down here in
Yeah,
the
that
corner.
one
I
ball,
remember
yeah.
that.
Came up a little short. This is the kind of shot in your head you got to tell yourself when you shoot that shot, it's okay to go long, just don't go short. Like, you got to remind yourself like, on certain shots, like, it's okay to go long, but just whatever you do, don't come up short. I just tell that to myself all the time.
You're
on
talking
certain
about
things.
distance, right? Not necessarily where it's hitting the rail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like,
Because like if you bank this long, then you're going to leave it around the pocket usually.
I mean, when she
Yeah.
shot the one ball, like,
Oh,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
just tell yourself in your head, it's okay if you get all the way to the bottom rail, you know, where she's kicking, but
Yeah.
that way you can see the 6. But
So
coming
she
up
can
short.
see that. No.
Yeah, I think I would probably come by the 9 and try to kick that way. She hit it, but yeah, if you're gonna do that again, blast it. Just I got lucky on you, Clay, when
Yeah.
you played a good safe on the 1 ball or something, and my head, my buddy that I live with, like, we always tell each other when we're about to try to slop something in, we always say, okay, don't watch this shot, because it's gonna be ugly. And in my head, I swear to God, I said that to myself, like, I'm like, don't want, I almost said it out loud, but I didn't. But I shit the one ball in and got out. I got
Well, you had
lucky.
that 6 ball in the corner.
Yeah, you had the
earlier.
6 in the corner, and you missed that 6, but the 2 went and the 3 went.
That's
Oh,
right.
look at this
Yeah.
shot.
I forgot about that. Yeah, that was I got some couple good jelly rolls for sure.
This is the one where you kick behind it
Yeah, you
and stick
done
it.
a little bit and kick and
Just stick
stick.
it.
And,
And
yeah,
on the shot, you want to play follow to stick it.
yeah, make that cue ball stop right away.
It's kind of opposite what you think. You think a lot of people think, oh, you got to play draw.
I know. I used to do that for years. I mean, like, I swear I didn't learn this shot until a few years ago. I mean, honestly, I was hitting it bad. I was kind of getting lucky when I did hit it good, and I didn't know for sure what I was doing. But you want it to kind of go closer to the side pocket, so it'll either possibly go in the side or when it hits the rail, come to the middle of the bottom rail. Because if you just kick it straight, it's going to come right down towards the pocket.
She
So
just
that's
didn't
pretty
hit.
good.
She just didn't hit enough the ball to do
Yeah.
what we were thinking. But
Right.
this is not an easy shot.
Yeah, no doubt. Cut it in, it might hit the 9 ball, and
It's
well,
easy for James to be, but
jeez.
I bet she
Yes.
banks it. She's been
She
pretty
does
proud
like
of
to
that bank.
But definitely
Nope.
got to cut it, and she hit it good.
Great shot.
Look at that. She's shooting strong.
Use the 9 to kill its speed a little bit. Should be able to come one rail under the 9 or draw it.
I put a little bit of just a
Come
little bit
above
of
the
low
9.
right. Well, it's hard to say how straight she is from that camera angle, but it looks like just a little right, kind of force it off the rail, come up on top of the side, just like that.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
shot.
That's a solid shot. I just roll it in. Don't try to slam it. Just kind of roll it in, just like that.
Good
Yeah,
shot.
she's strong.
Playing strong.
What's that, 5-3?
Yep.
Easy money. Murakami Dojo says easy money.
That was for sure.
Sophia's got to buckle up. Time to grind it.
I'm probably gonna have to get out of here too soon. So
Yeah, my girl's got a hotel. She says she's going to be sleeping. I like, she got a hotel room.
I live 1,000 yards away, and I'm probably taking off soon.
oh come on,
I'm just
on a
kidding.
Friday.
Well, I got to get to Everett first thing in the morning.
Yeah. So
Oh,
so
yeah,
do I.
well, yeah, me 3, but not for the tournament. Are you playing the tournament today?
Yeah.
Okay, who are you playing with?
I'm playing with Melissa Rushton, Madalena Moreno, and Jose Aquino.
Oh, shit, you got a good team there. Melissa, I heard she did pretty well down in Texas there.
Yeah, she won her first, I think, 2 or 3 matches. She got to the semis of the A side in a 32-person bracket, and then she had a chance on her semifinal match and just didn't play very good, I guess.
Oh, I thought she got second. She got to the semifinals?
She
Or she got second in a ring game? or
Yeah, in the
something
ring
like that?
game.
Okay.
She finished second. Probably cost her in the Calcutta, but she finished second in that, and then she finished 5th, 6th in the big tournament.
Yeah, when she's playing well, she's real strong.
No, Melissa's got the most, so much talent. She's got to work on some other things.
Yeah. Lippman says, James and Clay, how do you guys like this table?
It's a beautiful table. This is the, I forget what they call it, Paramount or something?
Paragon.
Paragon.
Yeah,
So, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I saw the new one at Lincoln City. They had that was a great kick stick, by the way, by Sophia. And but they had a brand new one. I'd never seen this table until just a couple weeks back. Somebody showed me a picture of one. I didn't even know they were making drop pocket tables. I love the fact that it's drop pockets, and I think this one plays really close to the. I got a blue label diamond at home, and it plays real well.
The rails as soft as this?
Another good hit.
It's probably not quite as soft, but that was the only thing I think I really noticed, but the difference. But
And I'm saying soft, but it's just softer than the typical diamond. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just
yeah,
it's just a little different.
this is an older version, I guess. Lee said he had this for about 5 years. So I honestly didn't even know that they made these that long ago. So I thought this was brand new on the market because Derby City last week, I got a picture of it on my phone. It's a brand new version of this table, and can't remember what they call it, but it looks super nice. You know.
There's a slight difference on the corners. They're squared instead of rounded off.
Oh yeah.
So I ran into it a couple times.
Yeah.
I got used to
The
it.
legs throw me off. You look at the legs
Yeah.
alone. I don't think it's like. I almost prefer the regular look of it, just because I'm just used to the regular diamonds. But it's like, what's wrong with their like bow-legged legs?
Yeah.
You know, right? You know,
Oh.
those are cowboy legs.
It cost you an extra $2,000 for them legs.
Yeah,
They're going for a little more fancy kind of
yeah,
style. It's good to have alternatives.
yeah, for sure. I mean, I wish I had one. I would just love the fact that it was a drop pocket.
Oh yeah, I need a 9-footer at home. I have an 8.5 footer, and that was a good shot.
Yeah,
That was just,
No,
it's just amazing the difference between an 8.5 and a 9-foot.
Yeah, I got a 9-foot Brunswick. It's not as nice as Lee's table, but it plays really well. It's got 4-inch pockets. It's so the table's a little better than I am, but
Michael says he helped install this table 5 years ago. Okay,
Oh well.
I was here.
nice.
I was here when we set up the light too.
It's a cool setup.
I actually made that trim piece that's up there.
Oh, did you?
Routed it and all that jazz.
Yeah, they got a good little setup. I wish it was just, for a big, tall guy like myself, it's a little tight in a
Yeah.
couple spots for me. But other than that, this is a great setup.
Big bounce.
Well, she's got a chance at it.
Yeah, just got to cut this with a little bit of low right.
You like low on it, huh? So does
I like
with
low
high
just
right?
so you spin over toward and shoot the 6 in the same hole. I think. Let's see.
I think you're gonna come down towards the 7 and 8. That's their only place. Well, I guess does it go down past the 7 and 8?
Yeah, 6 goes in the corner.
Oh,
I don't know what she's.
she's playing
looks like
safe.
She's playing safe
Yeah,
here.
it
Yeah.
looked like she's trying to slide over towards the 7.
Yeah, duck underneath the 7. Oh, that reminds me of just at the
Stay up.
Oh,
Derby City. A guy did that almost exact shot on me and stuck me on the 7, but he left me kind of a good kick and it just flashback, but I missed the kick and that cost me too.
How you doing, Michael? I see you, buddy.
is Michael the only one commenting?
There's a few. We got
No, Miracomo
Miracomo.
Dojo.
Oh, look
His-
at this cut.
His name is
Oh
actually
my
Yeah,
gosh,
her-
you just made it. Too.
Todd Shirley. This girl is money,
He's a monster. Yeah, I think I might get back into Scotch doubles. here.
right?
Christine, if you need a partner, hit me up.
Yeah. Who needs a Calcutta? We'll just bid on who you want to partner with.
Oh yeah, she just
If it doesn't scratch,
Oh no!
goes for a couple little hard
Oh.
Jelly
shots.
roll.
With it there.
Don't be sorry.
Yeah, she just needs to just a couple little tweaks in her game, and man, she could be twice as deadly. Just playing safe when you're supposed to, instead of going for these super hard shots. But she's hit a lot of them. Can't knock her for going for it. So I call that sometimes getting rewarded for going. When you go for a hard shot,
Yeah,
you get a lucky save.
Having the
or-
gumption.
Yeah, I call it just getting rewarded for going for it. That's what I like to call it. Not just I shit
Clay,
out and got
Clay's
lucky.
shaking his head. He didn't agree with that adjective.
I know, right? I don't blame him. No, I know.
Extension.
Lucky over the years for sure. My buddy I play at home. We're playing for fun half the time, but he calls it the James Luck. You got that James Luck? You to dog a ball and just bury him super bad.
she loves the jump.
She's got that little sidearm stroke like a lot of the pros use. Oh, she hit it great.
Great shot.
Great shot.
Man.
She might actually have a window too.
Yeah,
Can
did
you
go
see
for
it?
in there?
It's close.
Wow.
I think
Airs.
I
I'm gonna
think
start
I think
calling
it
her.
goes
Your new
through.
nickname, Sophie, is Air Sophie.
She might be able to hear you.
I know. I actually put on my headphones early because I could kind of hear a little bit. I
Yeah.
tried to play the first couple games without them, and I was starting to listening to the commentary. It's like, no, I want to.
Yeah, and then
You could hear us?
a little bit. Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you slammed it super loud, so
I know.
you
Then
got
got
kicked
shut
off.
down, right?
I had it on the lowest volume, and they're blaming me for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lee comes out here. Where's that music coming from? I'm like, I don't know. My phone's in my truck.
Were you like
can't
listening to
believe-
death metal or something?
I was listening to actually this country rock stuff. Like I told you, like I started watching that show Yellowstone, right? And yeah, man, I was rocking like. Man, I don't listen to country. I'm known for despising country. Like, but check this out. Like, this is my new like little country playlist on.
There
I
you
got
go.
like Blake Shelton, Chris Stapleton, like Wild the Coyote. There's a bunch of good stuff. I was rocking that the whole time we were playing, but and I don't listen to country, but that show is super cool.
Oh no,
Oh.
And
Just
I think
got
she's
up on
straight
it.
in the side here, I think.
that's what the Europeans called getting married.
Yeah. Just got to jack up a little bit, and
No.
she's like, no. I think she's pretty straight. I don't know if you want to be shooting this like really off to the side. I think you can just elevate your cue, just jack it up at like.
It looks like it's close enough to almost throw it.
Yeah, she kind of didn't really take her. Didn't
Hey,
really
look at this cue ball,
eyeball it-
though.
Eyeball it good enough. I think she was more straight to where she could have went straight at it, but
Yeah.
she's probably worried about the double kiss. That's where you just elevate your cue super high in the air and just, pop it in.
It's tough for normal sized people.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah,
going to
that's-
say
that's
something.
true.
You know?
Yeah, okay, I guess.
Hands are a little shorter, arms are a little shorter, legs are a little
Yeah,
shorter.
right.
It's a little more difficult.
My friend took a picture of me playing in Derby City. I was playing Gorst on the loser side. He knocked me out of the one pocket tournament, but there was a shot I got on my phone, and I'm basically without my long fingers, I could have never braced because I was bridging over like half of the stack, and I was like just. I don't know. I got my fingers in there, and like even through the picture, it's pretty funny. But
Yeah.
I'll let me look it up real quick here. It was pretty funny, but yeah, without the daddy long leg fingers, I probably wouldn't have been able to bridge on that one.
This is like the opposite shot, except for she's a little off the rail. Makes it a little easier.
Oh.
Yeah, now she puts her on the end rail.
You knew right away. I'm like,
Here's the
They're like
shot
going
right
back and
there,
forth
but
on this one.
You can just see that my fingers do look pretty long.
Yeah.
And that, like
Yeah, I remember seeing that one.
yeah. Man, that Gorse.
You play a
like,
good on a one pocket?
Man, I don't play. Everybody knows I don't play.
Oh, great shot.
Oh, that's a strong
There you
shot
go.
there, Sophie.
She said, I ain't going nowhere.
Sophia.
Hey guys, I gotta bounce out. I got some people at my house, but it's
Okay,
been a
go ahead.
pleasure.
You be
Okay,
safe,
man.
buddy. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, as far as one pocket goes, I'm not much of a one pocket player, but
It's
I was in
okay.
Tennessee and I won a little money playing one pocket, which this guy came up and asked me to play.
The
I'm
beep
like,
is fine.
wanted to play one pocket.
It
I'm like, no, I
reminds
don't play
me.
one. Let's play 9-ball or banks because I was getting ready to go derby. So I was trying to warm up. And he's like, all right. So we played 50 a game and I ended up beating him out like 800. And I was like, oh man, maybe
Maybe I
one
should
pocket's
play
not
this.
so bad. So then it gave me a little confidence when I went to Derby City and actually I got the money. I got to the 5th round, which I was the year before. 2 years I went 2 years ago, and I lost my first match. And I didn't buy back in. It's single elimination, but you can rebuy once. But so I didn't even rebuy the last time. But this time I won 3 in a row, and then I lost 1, and I rebought back in. Then I had to play Gorst,
Ugh.
and he just got done winning the bank tournament, and he was just oh my god. I mean, he was just on fire. I mean, that kid,
That guy's
21-year-old,
unreal,
20
bro.
whatever he is, 21, 22. He's going to be number 1 in no time, and probably
especially
halfway
if,
through this year, he's going to
especially
be.
if Shane keeps fishing.
Yeah, right. I know. Shane's he's lost a little bit of his motivation. He's still,
Yeah.
I think, you know, between him and Efren, it's hard to say who's the GOAT, you know, right? But I'll still lean towards Efren, but
Yeah, I love Shane, and
Yeah.
I got nothing but respect for his game and what he's done for the game. But Efren will always be the GOAT to me.
yeah, no, I mean he is in my head, but I mean if Shane wouldn't have just took his foot off the gas and like once you win everything, it's like his motivation's not there. He just wants to fish, and you know I don't blame him, but he's still so young. You know, he's still 10 years younger than me, and he should be out there just robbing as long as he can. He's only got, I mean, 5-10 years. There's so many good players left that. I mean, he could obviously play great for a long time, but to really stay at like the elite, you know, top 2 or 3 in the world. I mean, you know, you don't have, you know, a whole lot of years left to, you know, really stay there.
Yeah,
But Efren, look how good Efren played as old as he was. You know, he's just basically getting out of it the last 5 or 10 years, and I don't know exactly how old he is. I think he's in his mid-60s or something.
No, I think he's 72. I think.
Is he that old?
Maybe I'm mistaken because now I'm thinking that he's like 67.
Let's see. Now I'm going to have to Google it.
Yeah.
Gotta love smartphones, right?
But yeah, like Littman just said, Fedor made $100K last month.
Yeah,
Just in that month. Like the guy won everything.
Yeah, he just won
just
like the
playing
Arizona. 67 years old is
Yeah,
Efren.
so I thought so, yeah.
Which, I mean,
originally I said 72.
he's still
but then
playing
it
some
clicked.
one pocket. I got to see him play in one pocket. I watched a couple of his matches in Derby, and man, he lost to Mika Immonen, but he kind of got really unlucky. The game-winning ball, he made it and scratched, but he was trying to, I don't know. Anyway, you know, obviously it's hard to play 9-ball at that kind of age. Your eyes, I'm 52, and my eyes are starting to.
Oh.
Well, that's a bad roll, scratching the side there. I was just saying, my eyes. People always said, when you get in your 40s, your eyes are gonna start going. I'm like, nah, mine were good until 2-3 years ago. I'm starting to see the difference, but being 67, I mean, that's a lot worse, obviously. But if your eyes aren't great, then how are you going to play pool great, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And Augie here says Efren is in a different league than Shane. Efren plays elite carom and even beat Ronnie Sullivan in snooker. Shane's best game is on 7-footers. And that's another reason why I think that Efren will always be the GOAT, in the sense that he's well versed in many different disciplines.
Yeah,
and
Efren
Shane's
was
pretty
like,
much. I
could
mean,
play anything with balls and a stick. You don't have to like it, you know, for sure.
Can I make a comment on that? Shane invested in real estate, and he's doing well financially.
Oh yeah.
Efren could go to the U.S., win money that was worth a fortune in the Philippines, and he helped out so many Filipinos with that money.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well,
He
that's
spent
great.
a lot on chickens also.
Well,
He liked gambling on them chickens.
I'm just saying, I'm a huge Efren fan.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love that he was so
Most
charitable
definitely.
with his family. And
Oh yeah, I mean that money goes a long way. You know, I've been lucky enough to be good friends with Efren Ray. Not Efren, sorry. I'm just talking about Efren, stuck in my head. Jeffrey Kaluna for the last like 2 years, and he's been telling me a lot of stories and a lot about the Philippines. And but super nice guy. One of the few pros that will give you the time of day. And like we got to, I went down to Texas a while back, and he's like, let's go out for a beer. And like, he went out with me and a friend of mine. He didn't even know. He'd know me for a little while, but a year and a half or so. And then he's like, let's go out and, get the beers and hang out and just shoot the shit. And most of the pros, some of the pros won't give you the time of day. They're just like, oh, you kid, and get out of here. You want my autograph? But, but he's a great guy. But,
Extension.
yeah, Efren, he's been the man for sure. And everything he played was awesome
Everything,
at such a high
yeah.
level. Is
Well,
she
he's-
cutting or banking here?
I
She's-
cut
it
it.
looks
It looks like she's
banking.
going
No, she's
full
banking.
ball, but I cut that
You
all day
definitely wanna
long.
Cut it inside, but
Money,
if
heart
you're
of the
Sophia
pocket.
Tran, you bank that stuff right in the hole.
She said I can jump and bank, sucker.
Shane's best game is 10 ball. Absolutely the best break in the world. There's nobody better.
and it's the
Tyler-
hardest break in the world.
Tyler Steyer
Undisputed.
is a close second. He's got one hell of a break, but man, I hate playing 10 ball only because of the break. I love every else thing about the game, but I've tried. I haven't put in much work in a break, but I've tried, and I can't. I watch Shane, like, standing right behind him when he's playing matches, and I'm looking right down the line of his cue, trying to guess what he's putting on, see what I think I got it. I go home and practice it. Man, it ain't even remotely close.
Yeah, if Shane's break is on, he's almost impossible to beat. I mean, obviously he's got to make the rest of the shots too, but that break is crucial at that caliber.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's just
But what about this match here? 5-5, race to 2 for the
5-5.
glory?
right.
We've got action.
Sophia buckled down and put
She's
it
coming
together.
back strong, yeah.
A little bit of length on the one.
Dry. Not a whole lot of power in that particular break, but
Oh, she got the 4 in the corner. But a couple of different variations. She could play safe here. I don't see any benefit to trying to bank the 1 ball. Definitely too steep to try to cut. But I like hitting the right side of the 1. Right side, right hand English, and coming down below all these balls here, down by the 3.
going for the gusto.
All right, I'm gonna go back
A lot of balls
inside.
moved.
I'm gonna leave you guys with a funny thing my roommate said. I said, "So who are you betting on?" And he said, "Duh, V." There's some wordplay for you.
There you go. Matthew Wells says, "Let's go."
Ridiculous.
Matthew Wells, what's up, baby boy?
Freaking awesome cut.
You're tuning in late this evening, sir. I will see you in Everett tomorrow. And I got something for you.
What could that be? My mind is cute. And like,
Well, it'll be out in the
first
parking
thing I'm
lot.
thinking is that. Yeah, that's my first, where my brain
It'll
goes.
Faux show.
She likes to go for those banks. Wasn't easy.
I mean, we really know.
Bank practice is important, man. Like I practice my banks almost every single day. Like I literally I'll set up just lines. Like I'll shoot them in the side and shoot them in the corner, and then do the long rail banks and do off angle funny banks. But I'm telling you, man, that's it. Because now when I get a shot in a tournament or a match, it's a nice cut there. I just feel confident. It just feels like a normal shot. You're not, like, in your head, you're not thinking, oh, God, I got to shoot a bank. It's
Yeah,
just another
exactly.
shot, right? So just practice those as much as you can.
Oh, I knew I'd hit that bad.
Finding out how to lengthen them and shorten them, you know, changing English and ball speed. And
Oh, yeah. Telling you, it's helped me tremendously. I mean, all that practice is just, I mean, like I said, when you're playing 9-ball or whatever game, you just, it's just another shot, Just barely missed that kick.
well,
I really wanted
four
to
balls
into
to
this, but
4 balls to get out here. She got a chance.
let's see. I think let's see. Well, 6 does go in the side. Yeah, so 6 in the side, shoot the 7 in the same corner, then the 8 and the 9 in the other side. Just a couple little stop shots and draws, and should be good to go.
Extension?
Extension seemed quick. Shot clock.
Excuse me. Why?
Weighing her options. She knows it's important to get out here.
Yeah, to get on the hill. For who's going to get on the hill first? Important game. I mean, that's mentally it messes with with somebody when you get down. Especially she's been leading, I think, the whole match pretty much, right?
Yeah.
She's putting it a little funny. I mean, she's going to shoot the 7 in the corner instead of the side. I think I would have, there's nothing wrong with shooting in the side, but I mean the corner, but it's just easier just to pop it in the same pockets
more
both
distance,
times.
more distance that way. But
It's the less movement on the cue ball, the better. I mean, you can just. I like to simplify everything. When I was younger, man, I remember just trying to just draw a stroke.
yeah,
just
trying to put a stroke on
just,
everything.
Yeah, make it look fancy. Now it's all about just the less movement on the cue ball, the better.
Why do I do that? Oh.
That's the potential problem there.
Play out so
Yeah.
different.
Christine's
Create
gonna be
distance, you
liking
create
to
issues.
have this extra shot here.
Not bad.
She just got to come back up to the center, put it 8
How about
inside.
just roll it forward. Yeah.
Not hard. Too hard.
Yeah, but these pockets they're kind of tight, but if they do take balls in, so if you do just roll them, you don't have to put a lot of effort. If you blast them, it kind of throws just a little tiny deflection on it. So, oh, she's on the hill.
Takes advantage of that.
She got out pretty strong there, made them all look easy.
Yeah, I've seen Christine quite a bit in the chat, on this feed and whatnot, but I've never seen her play. And I'll tell you what, I'm a fan.
Yeah, right. And where's she from?
Talk myself out of
I believe she's from Tacoma.
All right.
I'm not 100% sure. I could be wrong. Maybe Yelm, actually. I think she might be from Yelm.
Oh, okay. I forget the other guy. Was it Dane that's
Yeah.
here?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he was from Yelm.
Yeah, okay, so I think that's where she is from. I don't get out as much as I'd like to. I work too dang much.
Yeah, that's the
And
problem.
for the last
I mean,
6 years, I worked a lot of weekend, 6 and 7 days a week. So
oh, that's rough.
now I got a new job. I work 5 days a week, and I like it. So I'm gonna start playing a whole lot more pool.
Yeah, I mean those damn jobs will get in the way of your pool game.
Yeah.
Families and jobs and kids, and I got lucky to start early. I got my start, early, even though I wasn't, playing super great. But it's just,
Yeah.
it was a big, big factor. Like all these kids these days are just, they're starting young and they're learning, like just so many different ways to learn more with YouTube and the internet.
Yeah,
I wish all
exactly.
this crap was out when I
Yeah,
was a kid.
no,
Like,
no kidding.
there was a couple VHS tapes I could
Yeah.
buy, but
I think
didn't have a lot of money.
Corey
growing
had
up.
his first tape out, and
Yeah, right. I mean, the old AccuStats
Yeah.
videos or some stuff, but now the kids. That's why these kids are getting so damn good. They can just say the right way to do stuff right
Yeah.
early on when you're learning.
everybody's out there selling their secrets.
Yeah, right. And older, I mean, even before my generation, I know a lot of people. I got a little help. I never had lessons and all, but people would tell me like a shot. Like I was basically, I would watch good players and I would wait till they were done. I would go up and if there was a shot I didn't know what they did or how they did it, I would ask them afterwards, and I would
Yeah.
learn. Like even just learning one shot at a time like that is really good. But
Nope.
and I understand from the generation before me, like nobody would tell you anything, like
Yeah.
you had to figure it out on your own. So, but nowadays, I mean, nobody's getting good without some help, or I mean, there's only so much you can learn by watching, but someone's not showing you or really explaining things well.
Yeah.
So it definitely makes it tough. But
Married.
Andrew says, "New job, nice."
Yeah. Still doing carpentry, just different company.
Yeah, that's hard work. I've only been learning. I mean, for a few years ago, when I wasn't playing pool, I was doing some odd jobs and stuff, working for somebody, and I was working under this guy who was a contractor, and I had almost zero carpentry knowledge, but I learned a lot in a couple of years, but I didn't do a lot of stuff. But it was fun just to
Oh, jeez.
actually watch us. We built like a extra room onto a house, and I was just, like I said, learning as I go. And somebody's telling me, okay, do this and this and this, and kind of, you know. But it was actually cool to just, oh wow, I helped build this. And built
Yeah.
like 3 things, you know, and it was pretty.
I still
fun, but-
enjoy it. I mean, I've been at it since '97, and
Wow.
I've been building, super high-end custom homes for
Oh really? Wow.
probably the last 15 years.
Oh, that's awesome to have that kind of knowledge. And I mean, I
Yeah.
wish like.
I built a house last year, 14 million,
Are you serious? Wow,
Yeah.
dude. That's
$160,000 ironwood deck, all
Wow.
picture framed, 7 sets of stairs. I mean, I've built some pretty trick stuff in my life,
Blows my
and
mind.
it's cool because I got 2 kids, and sometimes if we're close, I'll take them on a little scenic drive. And hey, look, I built that, and here's what it looked like while we were doing it, and that's what it looks like now. And so it's kind of cool.
You got a boy and a girl? 2.
Yeah, I got a 14-year-old son, and I got a 12-year-old daughter.
That's perfect. Getting one of each. That's what I have.
Yeah, that's why my wife was pissed, but I got a vasectomy right after my daughter was born,
Are
and
you serious?
I didn't tell her.
Uh-oh. Yeah,
And,
that's not good. Yeah.
Yeah, she said, "Where are you going?" I said, "Well, I'm going down to the doctor's office." She goes, "For what?" I said, "Well, I scheduled a vasectomy a month ago, and they told me I had to wait a month." Another good bank.
Dang,
Man.
Yeah.
I'm
Good
telling
shape,
you,
too.
you might not want to play a short rack with these ladies.
Yeah. You're hitting them good.
But
Yeah, that's something you might want to talk to your spouse about.
yeah, don't follow in my footsteps. I don't always do things the right way.
You'll
you know?
probably still hearing that argument every once in a
No,
while.
actually, because
okay.
like you said, that was my argument.
Ooh,
Ooh,
almost another.
good, diamond pocketed. But that was my argument. For one, I grew up. I'm the oldest of 13 kids.
Holy Christ.
Yeah, I wasn't about to follow in my daddy's footsteps.
Yeah,
Okay, I
right.
have more kids than I can afford. For one,
Yeah.
and for two, I was lucky. I had a boy, and then I had a girl. So my son's able to protect his sister, whether growing up. I mean, I couldn't ask for nothing better. Well, that's enough. I'll take that win.
I'm the other way around. I had the girl first, but I still remember my ex-wife. She's like, when we got the ultrasound to find out what the sex was, and I found out it was a girl first, she says I looked, like, Kyla, I love you, my daughter. Yeah, I was not disappointed. I might have had a look on my face because I did want to have a son first to kind of have that same thing in my head. Well, that's a bad
Tough
little
break
scratch on the
there.
side. But
At that angle and that speed, that was rough.
every dad wants to have, older son to protect his daughter.
Yeah,
and stuff,
that's
right?
I'm
So,
old-fashioned like that,
Yeah. I just put my kids in Taekwondo, and they were both 5, 6 years old, and they're both almost black belts and tough. And,
Nice, good
but
stuff.
yeah, but I don't know, having 2, I kind of wish I would have had 1 more, but they are not cheap.
Yeah, you ain't lying. Like I said, for the last 6 years, well, even the company I worked for before that, I work 50, 60 hours a week. I mean, my work ethic is pretty much unmatched for the most part, especially nowadays. I mean, people just ain't built the same anymore.
No.
But yeah, them kids ain't cheap, man.
Yeah.
And yeah, Michael, I didn't mean to go down the vasectomy road down there, but sometimes when the commentators get into a little personal talk.
Yeah, right.
Gotta
He
put a
says he
good
doesn't
stroke
have
on this.
vasectomy on his Friday Night Lights bingo card. Oh, she hit it.
Oh,
good.
she hit that good.
Thank you.
You couldn't ask for better. than
Holy moly, what a stroke!
that. No, I think you're gonna have to follow it underneath it and shoot the 9 up in this corner, way up the long rail. But
You don't
or
like
you can spin it 2 rails.
you don't
you know,
yeah
come
yeah
on
yeah
top
yeah
and shoot
come on the
9 in
inside of the
same-
9.
same hole.
That's the way I play that, I think.
But I don't know. It's like I said, it's a little more stroke and a little more things can go wrong if you're just rolling it. You could almost shoot the 9 in the side too. Just roll it forward 6, 8 inches.
Yeah, simplicity, like you said.
But she did go for the.
And she got it
pretty
good. We're going hill.
A little close to the rail, but
Got to
just
buckle down
Yeah,
and
take
stay
your
down on the
time.
shot here, and we're going hill, folks.
Just off the rail, just enough to make
Why
it
does everything
to
get
get
blurry?
under the cue a little bit. I hear her laughing in there. Don't be nervous. Just walk around table. Take your time. Play it smart.
Boy, I can't wait to commentate in the summer because it is cold as a
I
bitch
know.
out
I'm
here.
putting my hands under the blanket just to
Yeah.
stay warm.
I mean,
Yeah, the people don't know. We're
Oh.
outside in 25 degrees
Yeah.
weather trying to give you a little commentary here. So I'm sitting on the porch just so they can't hear us very
I mean, I was working on the water today. I was already freezing all day. Came home, took a hot shower, and jumped right back out in the cold.
Yeah.
Why did I slam it like that?
Yeah, it's no joke. You know, older I get, less I like the cold, and the
Yeah.
rain.
Nope.
Oh,
Oh.
she's jumping up just a hair. When you watch us back, Christine, just when you pull that trigger, your body should just stay still. Because as people, like I said, as people stand up, and you don't really realize it, but as you're standing up, you're raising your arm, which is making the front of your tip of your cue go down. So it's messing up your whole aim. That's the bad part about jumping up. I mean,
So from what I can see from this angle, I played in the side. You too? Or you played in the corner?
yeah, I for sure think I like the side better. It's
Yeah.
if you
A
play
little
in
more,
the corner,
little more pocket.
Yeah, you definitely got a little better, and then plus, it's hard to tell. You could almost scratch in the side if you shoot it all the way down. If maybe she's straighter than it looks, but oh yeah, that is okay. Yeah, I keep the wrong screen. Well, she hit it good.
Oh, we're going hill.
Yeah, if it was an
We
easy
got
shot,
a
I won't make
hill
it,
thriller
but-
in Manila.
Clutch shot.
A
Buckles
rumble in
down.
the jungle.
Wow. As Lee Baldwin would say, we got action.
I can't make that one, but then I make that one. It's just like, what?
Hey, you made the one that counted.
Yeah,
Shake it
right.
off, girl. There's a whole new rack. You got 9 more balls to shoot at.
You always got to think positive. No matter how hard the shots, you got to believe that you're going to make it. If you doubt it, I mean, you're most likely, no matter how hard it is, just tell yourself, this ain't shit. I'm going to make this. No problem.
Yeah. There's a difference between being confident and arrogant.
This
Yeah,
is
absolutely.
You gotta know and play the difference.
You got to have some serious confidence to play at higher levels. I mean, I watch these pros, and like I said, when I go to these big pro tournaments, I get knocked out a lot early, but I don't leave. I sit there and I study them while they're playing. Like I watch their eyes, I watch their patterns. I notice, try to take everything in about them, why they're, I feel when I'm playing at my best, I feel like they're not really doing anything I can't do. They just do
Yeah.
it more consistent and more.
Exactly.
They believe. I mean, they know. You got to believe in yourself. That's the number one thing about pool.
And that's really what it all comes down to. I mean, the only thing that
Whoa!
The-
That was my tip.
the thing that separates me from you or you from a world class player is just consistency.
Yeah.
It's not that you can't play as good as them. They just consistently play better than us.
Yeah, and I
You know,
tell
better that it happened
people all the time that want to learn and how do you get good, that I strongly believe the two biggest factors in pool are, number one, the desire. You got to have the desire. You want to get good at all costs.
Crazy.
And then number two is the time. You got to have the time in your.
Navi Gill, looking for action. Post your Fargo. You might be able to find some.
Yeah, Navi Gill, he plays strong. I think he just. Somebody was just telling. I think Lee just played him just recently or something. He told me. I think he might have just lost to him recently in a tournament at Tacoma, like 625 and under recently or something like that.
I'm
Back
not.
soon
I'm
in a
not.
couple of weeks.
I'm not familiar with
I think he.
Navi.
I thought he was from Spokane, but somebody told me maybe it's Canada. I don't know. Get it, girl. Ooh, love both players, but let's go team Mounts. So is that Christine Mounts?
Yeah.
Is that her last name? Okay. Hail, we're coming down to the nitty gritty.
That was my slide. It slided not.
It's definitely getting cold out here, man. I'm feeling
Heavy
the
Gale says he's a
chills.
605, I think, from
Okay.
Canada.
Yeah, that's right. Waving his Canadian flag. Probably glad to have all those Are those truckers out of there yet, Navi? I don't know.
I don't think so. I think they're
the
still
last
up
I
there.
saw that they were threatening about taking all the trucks, by force or whatever. And
Good luck.
yeah, right.
I really try not to get into politics on the feed, but a little
Yeah.
bobble there. But man, the world is something else right now.
I know. Poor.
I feel bad for our
Ukrainian
kids and the next generation because they're gonna have to clean up the mess, you know.
Oh, I know, right? They're both slamming that one ball a little too hard. I mean, these pockets will take them in if you roll them in, but you slam them, you got to hit them true. As Willie Moscone used to say, no pockets are tight if you hit them in the middle. But they didn't really have tight pockets back in his day. They were like 5-inch buckets, like.
Yeah.
She kind of jerked a little bit
Yeah.
right when she shot
Shoved
that.
it off a little.
When you
So
put
one
that-
thing that I noticed is that that's 3 shots on the one ball, harder than needed, and what the reason why I say that is because the proximity of the 2 is so close to the pocket, and you have better part of 33% of the table where you can get shape on the 2, and where the 3 is, you don't have to put any force on the 2. So I'm curious as to why they feel like they have to force the one ball, but
Yeah.
to each their own. I'm not perfect, that's for sure.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
none
I'm a
of us are.
560. I'm nobody special.
It's just I know, like, I don't know if it's nerves or what, but yeah, you just want to roll them in. It's stable. Like I said, even Clay, when I first was practicing, he got here before me, and he was practicing. He told me, it's like, pockets are kind of tight, but they're generous if you roll them slow to go in. And sure enough, I did that a couple times in the match where I thought I was going to rattle a ball because my table, it's not really any tighter, but the rails, I don't know, act just a hair different to where if a couple times I thought I was going to rattle a ball and it did end up falling. So I was fortunate that it did for me.
Do you feel that this table plays slower than you would expect for a diamond?
Actually, it's a hair faster than mine. I don't know why. Mine table's indoors and like it's always in good weather, but I don't know. I mean, my felt's getting kind of old. I mean, it's hard to get felt right now. Everyone's struggling to get Simonis, so
Yeah.
I play between my roommate and I. That table's played on. I don't even know how many hours a day. I get 7-8 hours practice almost every day, and he's kind of a night owl, so like we swap, take turns a lot. But
Yeah. Ball's always rolling.
yeah, the table gets old quick. The felt gets old fast, but it's the rails. I don't know. I mean, my table's not much slower than this, but just a hair. Like this felt is definitely newer than mine, but
Yeah.
I'm definitely in need for some new felt.
Yeah, I know. Right now I'm currently underrated, Andrew. It's because of that stupid 9-ball league with all the 400 ball bangers.
Huh.
It'll be the last session I play. I have no desire to play in Lincoln City, so I don't need to qualify for anything. I was just playing. I mean, I've been with that team for a couple years, so I was playing to support my team. The more I play it, the less I like it.
Yeah. Navi says he'll be back in Auburn looking for a little game if he can find something around his speed. I'm sure there's quite a few players along.
Oh, yeah. You find plenty of action over there on that side of the water in Auburn. I think he said he was a 605.
Yeah.
So that's, there's tons of action
what's
around
Lee's
that Fargo.
Isn't he like a 575 or something?
No, Lee is a 617.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be a good match. Didn't they? I think they played in the tournament, if I remember Lee telling me recently. But those are two pretty similar, similar Fargos, and probably a fair matchup.
James, got to stop calling it felt if you're going to become a table mechanic. What am I supposed to call it there, Michael?
Cloth.
Cloth. Okay. That slipped my mind.
Michael's here to teach.
I appreciate it. Shoot. I did some jobs with Barry Emerson. I don't know if you ever met Barry Emerson, but he was a fantastic player. I grew up with him since I was 10 years old. We kind of taught each other how to play pool, but in his 20s and mid-20s, he was a road player for quite a few years. And, I mean, there wasn't Fargo back then, but I had to say he was an easy 750 player, way above my level. And but he was on the road and met his wife in Texas, kind of on an accident, and ended up staying in Texas, getting married. But he's a fantastic. I did quite a few jobs with him, and did some jobs with Guyler back in the day.
Good stroke.
Yeah, that's a nice, confident. She shoots them solid and confidently. But I definitely would like to do that when I'm going to slow down, and I just love being around pool, whether it's tables, refelting, or what. But I've done probably 20 jobs in my life, but far from really knowing what I'm doing. But people ask me all the time, "Hey, you know anywhere?" So if I knew how to do it, it'd just be a good little side gig, even if it's not full time. That was a really good draw, but just a hair more. And it should have been
Wanted it to
perfect.
just slide just a little bit more.
Just
I
a little
think-
bit more left on that spin, and
Yeah.
it should have been just. It would have been the right speed, but if it was just 6 inches over further.
And even then, I mean, especially based on some of the shots I've seen her make tonight, I think this is very possible.
Yeah, that's you're gonna have to get the bridge out. I couldn't even reach that. I think. This is a hard.
It's a little closer than I thought. It looks a little
You
different
can
on
tap,
camera.
dink safe it. I mean, you can just roll it forward and try to get the cue right on top of the 8.
Yeah. What do you feel about 2 rails and stick the cue ball right there,
Or just went for it.
or just
Yeah, I
one
mean,
pocket glory that fucker.
She's definitely not afraid to fire at him. I mean, distance is always good, especially on a 9-foot table, but you left it kind of right in front of the hole there. You're going to have to hit this pretty hard to get back
put a
for
good
the 9.
stroke to get back to the 9 there.
Oh, she overcut it. Yeah. But
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, it's well,
Not great, but it's
I think she might be okay. I can't. It's hard to say.
that's
But
tough.
I think you can back cut it, but you have to kind of spin this with some right English and kind of aim really far outside on the 8 ball, and then you got to let the cue ball loose. So it's dangerous. You don't want to hit too hard because you'll be.
Oh, I would not have shot
That
it
was
that way.
that was too risky to go for it in the corner.
Yeah, Augie, it's definitely good for the viewers for sure to see. So when Friday Night Lights started, it used to be sudden death rules, which meant that if you missed, it was ball in hand.
Oh, you
So you
serious?
couldn't play safe or anything.
That's
so
like a ring game.
yeah, so in the first couple of matches, I was on the stream quite a few times, just because I live like 1,000 yards from Lee, but anyways, yeah, it's a good amount of fun, and it's definitely cool for the viewers when it's sudden death, because every miss is ball in hand, and so they're going for everything.
That reminds me of our Friday night ring game at Players. Up in Everett, we literally it's like get out or you lose because there's 7, 8 people and you're not
Yeah.
getting another shot. So,
Yeah.
which is kind of fun. Sophie comes from behind and takes it down.
Comes back for the win.
Wow, great shooting on both of them. They both had their moments and played real well.
Well, James, I just want to say, man, it's good to officially meet you.
Yeah, likewise, man. We'll be
I'm a
seeing
fan.
You again. Good job.
You played
girl.
great tonight.
Oh, I know. That's okay. Oh, sorry. I forgot my headphones are on.
Way
My
to
bad.
way to stay in it. Way to buckle down.
You guys both played strong. I mean, you had moments where but
You
went
made some
for
great
a lot of hard
shots.
shots. You guys made banks. Your new nickname I've named you is Air Sophie for jump
Yeah,
shots.
yeah.
For your jump shots. Well, I better get to my
Hey, be
hotel
safe, man.
room, or my girl's gonna whip my booty when I get there.
Be safe, buddy.
All right, we'll be seeing you.
All right.
Thanks, y'all.
The best commentary ever, James DeVee. Thank you. I love stories and commentary.
I probably talked a little too much, sorry guys.
No.
Sometimes I get sidetracked and start going off, and I try to.
You got that nice voice.
Congratulations, Sophia. Bravo. Oh my gosh. It's so good to have you back. And what a match. What a match.
Christine is an awesome shot. I mean, I'm learning stuff from her, watching her shoot and seeing the way she cues, and I'm just like, wow. The risks that she takes. Oh. There's a break pot?
Yeah, no, she won the raffle. She gets
So
a
she
chance
gets a
to win
chance at
another $100.
Yeah, the break pot. Get it,
The
girl.
break pot.
Yeah.
What a great night, though. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it was overall pretty awesome. I mean, how do you top Clay and James?
That's a tough act to follow.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, overall through the history of FNL. I mean, how do you top that? You just can't. I don't know.
Well, you bring Blake Baker out here. I mean, the future's bright.
I agree. There are a lot of players to showcase and show how their skills are, and yeah, I mean, Christine, you got to come back and shoot again because holy cow, I think every shot that we missed, we were shooting very uncertain and like indecisive, I guess.
Can we get Christine
Yeah.
Mounts up here?
You mean you're gonna get up there for the break pot anyway?
Christine, you got to prove to the FNL fans that you are a real player. You were using tons of draw, outside spin, professional shots. Bravo.
I was.
I
Well,
loved
thank
your
you.
game. I know the blood, sweat, and tears it takes to even get to that level.
Yeah, lots of practice. Choking. Drinking.
You had fun, though.
Yes, it was great. Sophia is awesome.
It was a great match. Thank you for making it go hill. We're going to